Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of Make Over Your Medicine Cabinet on our wellness collaboration. So today we have the one and only Lisa Costa joining us, and I will change the gallery view so she's here. And it is going to be, a fun morning exploring 2 very powerful blends, and they are ClaryCalm and Past Tense. So thank you for joining us, Lisa.
Thanks, Rach, for having me.
And I know how excited you are to explore these 2. And I know that I'll also have to set a timer because we can talk forever about anything.
Everything.
If you can just start by helping people, get to know you a bit better, a little bit about how long you've been using essential oils and what they mean to you.
Well, I've been using doTERRA for about, it must be 5 years plus. And I've used essential oils for about 20 years before that, but nothing was the purity of doTERRA. So I was super excited when they came my way and I found out that I could ingest them and I could use them on my body and, you know, I could actually inhale them without them killing me. That was really, really powerful. So, I was really excited to really get a handle on these and find out just how beneficial they could be. And
wow. I heard that's your business name. That is why. Get a handle. Yeah.
And I really felt that's what I had to do, and the business name evolved from that. But wrapping your head around the fact that you could use them in all these ways was mind-blowing.
Yeah, and I think that that's one of the can be the most overwhelming things for new people coming in, and so a lot of women come to essential oils as kind of a last resort because we put ourselves last a lot. But we have a lot of women that come towards using essential oils and just say, look, do you have anything for hormones? And that's a very broad statement. But we can only, as you were just saying before we went live, draw upon our own experiences with certain essential oils. And then we can offer all of the science and education and the community support. But particularly with regards to hormones is what we were touching on today. And helping people understand that it is completely safe and actually very empowering to start reaching for natural things and gauge your body's response, because all of our bodies are so different. And I love your personal experience with ClaryCalm. Would you be able to share a bit about that with us?
Sure. When I first purchased ClaryCalm, I was super excited because I loved the aroma. So as you may or may not know, ClaryCalm comes in a 10 ml roller that's undiluted. Okay, so you can break this down and dilute it with fractionated coconut oil. And in my experience, which I'm going to share with you now, I 100% promote that you do that if you don't want to have what I had happen to me. So I was wearing this aromatically for, I'd say a month, and every day loved it. Started to get some breakthrough bleeding and I was like, what the hell? And I kept going with it, used it through the week of my cycle, and that never really seemed to stop. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And suddenly I stopped using it because I thought, I started to sort of think about what was in it and the effects that essential oils can have on our system. So that we're talking about our endocrine system, which produces our hormones. We're all hormonal. So if anyone ever asks, it's fuck yes, I am hormonal. We are all hormonal. And they have the ability to act as hormone regulators, or they can trigger a hormonal response to regulate or behave like hormones. So that's been my experience, and that's certainly what happened when I was using this aromatically. It did behave, and because it was so potent, I was using it undiluted. I well and truly wore the full effects of its ability, and that wasn't really a joy. But the aromatics was beautiful, but the effects wasn't. So now I just primarily stick to using it in the week leading up to and during my period.
Yeah, and that's what works for you. And this is why I was excited when you were happy to share that, because essential oils is such a personal journey, and it's so hard for people to comprehend that we've all been brought up with 2 Panadol twice a day and an exact amount for every adult or every child. And with oils, it's just so different. And And your experience of it creating a breakthrough bleed in trying to regulate and autonomate that, or your hormones. I use ClaryCalm daily undiluted, and it actually has brought back a regular cycle for the first time in my life. In fact, I attribute having Ned, without even trying, to having ClaryCalm in my life. And that's a bold statement, and I would have called him Clary if it wasn't so weird. But my point is, like, we're two different women, same oil, different experience, and it's so important to work with your body and to listen to your body, and having essential oils helps you do that.
Rach, that was part of the reason why I turned to natural substances to support my family for wellness, because I've had so many adverse reactions to chemicals, and I'm super sensitive to chemicals. And when I think about it, I'm not surprised that I had that kind of a response from this blend, given that it was undiluted and how sensitive I know my system is. So I can dilute this and use it more regularly if I choose, without getting those results. But I just use it for the week. The week that's caused by menstruation, menopause.
It's all the men's fault.
PMS is putting up with men's shit. You knew that, didn't you? Like, seriously, everything we suffer is because of men.
So in Claire, I knew this was going to be all right. In ClaryCalm itself, and people, like, you know, when I first started essential oils, I had no idea what people were talking about when they mentioned blends or when they mentioned oils. I thought, aren't they the same thing? Now, a blend is a powerful blend of individual essential oils that doTERRA have formulated to
It's still there. You're breaking up a little bit on us.
Yeah, they've made the job easy for us. So this particular blend is called ClaryCalm, and it's the monthly blend for women. Oh, my internet's being difficult, but tell me if I pause. So in this blend,
you just did a little bit, but we got you.
In this blend, we have clary sage, lavender, bergamot, Roman chamomile, lang lang, cedarwood, juniper berry, geranium, fennel, and palmarosa, which I always get wrong. So it is a very, very power-packed blend. And one of the things that I remember reading early on, because I've had PCOS my entire life, or since I was very young and diagnosed with that. And people say, oh, you know, but you ended up having kids. And I said, but it was never easy. And the symptoms of my cycle were life altering. And we've had so many, and I know within your organization and within your own family, you've had so many great stories of women going, do you know what? I'm just going to try it. I have nothing left to lose. And their quality of life, I've seen so many young women and preteens and just getting their period have so much comfort and relief aromatically, but also physically, from the intense and overbearing pain leading up to their cycle. And I remember one particular story, and this was with someone that she had existed on painkillers forever, which obviously, to have quality of life and to go to work and to do things, sometimes you have to resort to that as a woman.
Yes.
But I remember my friend texting me saying, oh my gosh, my period came and I didn't know it was coming. And that's the first time in years. And she actually had a bit of an embarrassment, which we've all had over the years. But I was so happy for her, because it meant that she had hope. She had another choice. She had a way that her body responded to something so natural. So yeah, it's really, really empowering. And I guess that's why we will never stop talking about it.
Rach, the ClaryCalm blend was something I started using with Maggie. When she started her cycle, everything seemed quite normal. And then as the years progressed, up until just recently, her monthly cycle meant a trip to hospital, the day in hospital, because her body has an overproduction of oxytocin. So for those of us that have had babies and know a little bit about that, oxytocin is the hormone that we release when we're having a baby. So every month at the age of 16 and 17, my poor girl was effectively having a baby. So she had a window period of about 10 minutes where she could contact me and say, can you come and get me? And after that, she would lose her vocabulary, her ability to walk, talk. She'd pass out, she'd vomit. And initially we did use ClaryCalm on her, which gave her comfort in the early stages of that. But once that was full blown, there was really nothing. But to find out that that was her situation was pretty mind-blowing. But we still support her with ClaryCalm. We also use Past Tense, which are a beautiful combo together, because anything that you need to be soothed or calmed or supported because it's tense or tight or, you know, you just got to lean on this blend because it's your go-to. And again, it's undiluted too. So if you've got sensitive skin, be careful.
Yes.
Grab the fractionated coconut oil.
And half it. Yeah. Get an empty roll bottle and go half. But that's a really good point.
Yeah.
And I think even using the oils emotionally to support your aromatically through that is a next level application. Yes, they're working topically, but they're also working on your emotions and calming your mind. So that's really powerful as well. Some fun facts around ClaryCalm that I read out at a class once, and it blew people's mind. There's only 2 or 3, but researchers had sniffed essential or clary sage essential oil. So clary sage being the component of ClaryCalm, and it showed to decrease their cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone, significantly. I'll post some of these in the links under this video. It increased, and I always get this wrong, 5-hydroxytepamine, which is the monoamine and serotonin levels. But the part that, if you're not all sciencey, and it was part of my trying to understand how these were affecting my cycle, I had to try and at least look into it. ClaryCalm has the ability to help female hormones, whether they're in excess or in decline. And that was the most incredibly confusing part for me, because I was like, wait, so I'm allowing my body to decide and self-regulate? Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Like, isn't that the most incredible 100%. Thing? But the study in 2014 showed clary sage was proven to have antidepressant effects on menopausal women and reduce cortisol by 36%. So that's an incredible amount for something so natural, which goes to show the effects that you experienced aromatically and also physically.
Yeah. It's also the oil of vision and clarity too. And every night before bed, I rub it on my third eye before I jump into bed. Amazing. Love it.
Yeah. And that's the whole emotional side that we haven't really touched on. But so past tense, as you mentioned, so to use that to coincide, that's called the relaxation blend, but obviously we know it as to relieve tension and tension headaches and things like that. So where would you apply that once you've diluted it? So again, it comes in a 10 ml roller undiluted. So I don't, but people with sensitive skin can actually halve that, tip that into another roller and top it up with fractionated coconut oil. But how would you apply that to support your body through that cycle and that monthly cycle?
Wherever I felt the pain would probably be where I put it. So if it's across my abdomen, if that's where I've got the most discomfort, that's where I put it. For Maggie, because she lost mobility and she had pain radiating down her legs, I used to roll it from her ankles up towards her knees in an upward motion, because that's where she was most uncomfortable. But I've rubbed it across her back, her abdomen, down her spine, anywhere I thought that I could get it onto her and get her supported and hopefully have some of that pain abate for her.
Yeah, but, that's beautiful. And what a great way for you to show her comfort and love during such a horrific experience for a young girl.
And she comes out of it. She remembers some parts of it some days and none of it others. So I guess the days that she doesn't remember any of it, it's good. But it's funny how many of her friends have sort of said to her, you know, oh, I've got really bad period pain. Has your mum got something? And, you know, she'll come and we'll mix a blend and she'll take it to school.
Yeah. And that's like empowering women. And even if that's all we did as doTERRA, it was empower women in their hormones. We are changing the world, because we know that it's something that doesn't stop until you go through menopause, which is another whole can of worms at the other end of the cycle.
Yeah. And I do have a lot of women coming to me now, because that's the stage of life that I am. I'm an erratic, hot, you know, mess most days. So, and people know that, and you talk about it freely and people are like, oh my God, that's my situation. What are you using? They see me rolling the oils and they're like, what is that? Because, you know, you don't go anywhere without them when you've got them. So, you know, before a spin class or at the gym or,
So past tense is another great one in terms of hot and regulating your body temperature. It has wintergreen, lavender, peppermint, frankincense, cilantro, marjoram, Roman chamomile, basil, and rosemary. And here's a fun fact that I often do. When we talk about things like winter wellness and croup and coughs and things like that, I'm usually running around trying to find rosemary, basil, marjoram and peppermint to add into my easy air blend. If you grab past tense, it's just another way you can get those oils onto their chest quickly and effectively and start helping your child. So the cross reference, so many dynamic and versatile ways that we can apply blends and have such a profound effect and impact on our system each month. Yeah.
And the other thing with past tense, with the wintergreen in it, it has a higher salicylate level, and that's where salicylates come from, the skins and underneath the skins of plants and fruits and things. If you're sensitive to those kinds of things, apply them to your feet. Apply the oils to the soles of your feet. You're still going to get them into your system, but they're furthest away from your nose, and your body will probably process them. In my situation, I process them a whole lot better. I can't use this up here, but I can use it from here down, the furthest away from my nose, diluted. So
yeah, that's really good information. And again, it's listening to your own body and respecting and honoring its signals that it's giving you, like it's too much.
I love wintergreen. I love it. I love to smell it, but if I can't have it up high. And just be careful if you're wearing it on your temples. If you wear glasses, it might just chew away at the arms of your plastic glasses. Just be careful. I had one lady share that with me. Glasses.
The epic fails in doTERRA usually come at the cost of wintergreen. Or something.
Well, I love that we know that and we can share that, because it just goes to show how pure and potent our products are, and we have the world's leading essential oils, so you need to be aware of just how powerful they are and what they can do to plastic.
Yes, definitely. So to end our call today, I would like to ask you one simple question which may have a profound or very simple answer. And that is, what would your life look like had essential oils not arrived in your life?
Oh, fucking hell, Rach. How do I even answer that? I don't even know. I actually just said that the other day to someone. I don't even know. People say Panadol. I'm like, why? Why would you use that? I don't even have it. We don't even have Panadol in the house. Well, Maggie does now because of what she's got going on. But I'm like, I can't remember the last time I took Panadol. I can't remember the last time I took anything over the counter.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Incredible thing to be able to say, how freeing.
I think the thing that's really exciting at this stage, and because oils have been in the house so long, is the kids just go to the box now. They understand, they know, they also know what they're feeling and what they need and what they can use safely, and they just go. Even Craig, who was the biggest skeptic, he's the best story.
We're having him on soon.
He's sitting over there.
I know.
He's not saying anything.
But that's one of the things when you're kids, and that's what I love watching. I sit and have a little proud moment every time that drawer opens, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you up to? What are you getting? And you listen to them, listening to their body. Like, what better gift can you pass on to them? And I wrote a post the other day, and I talk about it often, and I say to people, please don't think that our love and our passion for plant medicine means we have no respect for modern medicine.
Oh,
it's
100%.
The exact opposite. We respect modern medicine that much. We're not dependent upon it. We're not being part of the problem of the system. We actually are living empowered. And if I show up and knock on a doctor's door, it means I've exhausted all of my remedies. And the weak needs help.
And that's okay. And that's totally okay.
That's what it's for. And that's the way it should be. Whereas before, and the life I was living before, I was like crippled by the dependency on these products. As you said, side effect after side effect. I didn't know what was causing what, and that was affecting us physically and emotionally. So thank you for being part of our amazing leadership team. And I know that you lead by helping people be the bridge back to Mother Nature and back to themselves. So we are blessed to have you with us. And I'm Craig, I know you can hear us because that's your office too. We love you as well.
Blinkers on, not listening.
No, it's fine. All right then. Well, thank you, Lise, for sharing this morning with us.
Thanks,
And
Rach.
we'll talk to you again soon. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that video. Bye.